Good day, everyone. Do you ever have a big goal, a dream you want to achieve, but there's a voice in your head that tells you all the reasons you'll fail? That voice is powerful. It's part of a psychological quirk called a negativity bias. Our brains are wired to focus on the obstacles, the potential failures, and the reasons why something is unrealistic. That bias is something I've battled for 10 years. And this book, this is essentially the story of how I won. My writing journey didn't start with a grand plan. It started at a very low point in my life. About a decade ago, writing became my escape, a private getaway from reality. It was a hobby, something I did on and off from 2015. Never taken it too seriously because that voice, that negativity bias, told me that being an author wasn't a realistic dream. For years, my approach was chaotic. I'd write for a while, then life would get in the way and I'd stop for months. The story would go cold. But about 2 years ago, something shifted. I read what I had written and I saw the potential. I had so many concepts, but I decided I had to see where this one could go. I had to finally face down that internal critic. The real change came when I stopped treating it like a hobby and started treating it with discipline. This is where balancing writing with my life's duties became a real challenge. My line of work can be quite unpredictable, and it often eats into evenings and weekends. But I made a commitment. I started to apply structure to the chaos, dedicating nearly every evening and weekend to the book. That's when I learned the most important lesson. Consistency is what creates momentum. I, if I left the project for just a few days, the creative flow would evaporate. I'd have to go back one or two chapters and reread them to get back into the headspace of the story. But when I worked on it every single day, even for a short while, the narrative stayed fresh in my mind. That next scene, the next challenge, the next line of dialogue was pretty much right there, waiting. That daily routine was the spark for my creativity. There were weekends I'd get so lost in the world I was building, I'd isolate myself in my office and write until I saw the sun coming up, completely driven by the excitement of the story unfolding. Other times I'd sit on my patio at my special desk, looking out at the sea in the distance, hearing the waves on the shoreline, which helped me with that deep, quiet thinking the story also needed. My process was methodical. First, I'd get the draft down, then go over it again and again for consistency and flow. And only when I was happy with the story itself did I focus on the grammar. It's a long, painstaking process, but that discipline is what turned a decade long dream into a finished novel. This book, set 200 years in our future, is a result of that journey. It's a story forged in stolen moments, late nights, and the decision to finally believe in my own dream more than I believed in the reasons it might fail. It's the first book in a trilogy, and it's proof that with discipline, routine, and a refusal to give up, you can build a new world. I invite you to step into it. Join me on my next post as I reveal more about my experience to get to this day.